Am I blurry? I feel blurry. So distracting. This foundation is distracting me. I don't even know what we're going to do today. Like, I don't know. I've lost my mind. Weird energy in the air today. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on 4 separate looks using gold lipstick. Before we get to that, if you could take a minute and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, I would really appreciate it. Sorry, I keep looking in the monitor. I'm testing a new foundation for a review video that probably will go up after this one, maybe before, I don't know. If it's up before, I'll put a link. And I keep catching myself in the monitor, and it's distracting me. I apologize. Where was I? If you could take a minute, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. I am having a contest for my first 100 subscribers. All you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment in the comment box down below. When we hit 100, I'm going to do a drawing and give away a bunch of like Spoonie certified makeup and skincare items. So why wouldn't you want to subscribe? I feel like, you know, with this bow on my head, I feel like whatever happened to Baby Jane. Like, honestly. I don't know if it's the bow or if it's the foundation. Sorry. I'm weird today. Okay. Like I said, today we are going to be talking about gold lipstick. I recently purchased some lip products from Sugarpill, which I talked about in my liquid lip review, which I will link up above. And one of the products that I picked up is this lipstick, and I'm going to cut a picture of it in. Glint. Now, I have been looking for a pure gold lipstick for several years. The ones that I pick up are either, they're too sheer, right? So it's more like a lip topper, right? Even though it's in lipstick form, it feels a little bit more like a gloss, or right? Or they have too much color in them, if that makes sense. Like they're corally or they're brown, right? They're not pure gold. And I really wanted something that was pure gold. I had high hopes when I saw Glint on their website and looked at the swatches, which I will cut in from their website so you guys can see what it looks like. And this really is truly gold lipstick. But I had said something to a friend of mine about being very excited about this, and she remarked back that she had bought a gold lipstick. It wasn't this one, but it definitely was like closer to like a pure metallic lipstick. And that she really struggled with how to wear it, that it just never looked right on her. I'd never really thought about the fact that a pure metallic, whether we're talking like gold, silver, copper, you name it, right? Straight up metallic can be very difficult to pull off. So I thought today I would show you a couple of different ways that you can play around with a pure metallic lipstick and use it. And this is both so that like you can wear it just on its own, but also if you buy a pure metallic lipstick and you don't like it on its own, as was the case with my friend, some things that you can do so you can still get some use out of it, right? And you've not wasted your money. Because I think we've all done the thing where we look at something, and I think with metallics, it's like the magpie, it's shiny, right? And I want it. And then we get it home and we're like, what do I do with this? So here are some things that you can do with a metallic lipstick. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is just straight up wearing the lipstick. One of the problems that people run into is even if the lipstick is incredibly opaque, the edges of the mouth, right, where your natural color exists, will poke through, and it disrupts the look of it. And it also sometimes can show through a tiny bit, like through the day, and makes the lipstick look weird. There's a very simple solution to this. All you have to do is conceal around your lips, and you can even conceal your lips themselves. And I've done this before on this channel. I think it was in the Hack Your Lipstick video. I'm gonna have to go back and see. But I use this, I believe it's by Maybelline, and it's this brightening creamy concealer. I do not like this concealer for under the eyes. I bought this, I had been traveling and forgot my concealer and ran into the drugstore, and this was the only one that matched my skin tone. Doesn't really work so well under the eyes, but it works great for the lips. And I love that it's in this like stick format, so it makes it a lot easier to apply. So I'm just going to conceal. And I take it, now I really look crazy. I take it kind of out, down, because I'm going to hide. Okay. So now that my lips are concealed, I don't have to worry so much about the natural color like poking through and disrupting. So next step is to line your lips. You can either do this with a nude liner, or you can do this with a liner that is the same metallic hue as your lipstick. Now, there really are not any that I know of metallic lipstick liners, which if you know of some, please leave it in the comment box down below. I will reiterate what I said in the video, the liquid lipstick video, the Sugarpill liquid lipstick video. Sugarpill, you need to make lip liners. Okay? You've got some amazing colors, but I'm gonna need some lip liners. What I'm actually using is an eyeliner. This is a gold eyeliner. It's by MAC. I bought this originally to wear, obviously, on my eyes, and I did not like the way that it wore. So rather than pitching it, when it was like I'd been searching for a gold lipstick, and I thought, okay, I need a gold lip liner. I will just use this on my lips instead. I know a lot of people kind of freak out about using products on an area of the body that they're not intended for. And I do understand, like, for the lips, sometimes there can be an issue of like you're eating and you might be like eating this product. You can always contact the manufacturer and ask them. Now, 9 times out of 10, I have found with things that are going to go on the lips, they tend to err on the side of like, do it at your own risk sort of thing. And I think it's illegal. But what you also can do is, which is what I did for this one, is do a Google search of the chemicals that are in it. Most of the time, whatever is going to go in the eyes is okay to be ingested. And there are a couple of reasons for that. Number one, it is still being like absorbed into the skin. It's in your eyes. And number two, there's a lot of concern about if the product is accidentally eaten, especially by a child. A lot of people don't think about that, but I do know that that's one of the things that the FDA looks at. Like, is there some concern about, okay, if a kid got a hold of this and thought this was, I mean, I don't know why they would think it was candy, but whatever. I mean, I do remember getting into stuff when I was a kid. So there is kind of that concern as well. But you can always Google what's in it to make sure that it is lip safe, right? We would not have to worry about this though if Sugarpill made lip liners. Okay, so I'm just gonna line my lips. Okay, so all this is like a further preventative measure, keeping your natural lip color from poking through and disrupting, right, the look of the gold. So now, right. There we go. Look at that, pure gold. All right, so that's look number one. I'm gonna take this back off. We're gonna come right back and we're gonna do look number two, which is also very, very simple, and it's kind of just pure gold. I'll be back. Okay, I went ahead, cleaned off my lips, and then reconcealed them again. This time, instead of using the gold liner, I'm going to be using a nude lip liner, and this is the Wet n Wild gel lip liner in Bear to Comment. Very funny, Wet n Wild. So I'm gonna go ahead and just line my lips really quick. Now, I'm going to take this color. This is also by Wet n Wild. It's called Mochalicious. It's a kind of it's a brown, taupey brown color. I'll try to cut a swatch of it in for you to see. You can use any kind of brown color that you like. I like Mochalicious because it's not so saturated on my lips. It's just enough. And I'm going to take this just into the center part of my lips. Okay, now that that's done, now I'm gonna go back in with my gold lipstick. I will say I like using this particular Wet n Wild formula because this is their like longer wear lipstick, and it tends to dry down and then stay dry and kind of stay on. It's a little more staining. So I try to wait until it's like mostly dry because I don't want to pull the color back off. I want to go right on top. All right. So all this really does is kind of, it deepens up, right, the gold. And it makes it just a tiny bit less green. Gold often tends to shift almost into the green end of the spectrum. And on some people, it's going to look greener than others. Like I feel like on me, because I'm so pale and I also have cooler undertones, I don't get quite as much as the green. But I have seen on people that have warmer undertones and then they put the gold lipstick on, sometimes depending on the shade of gold, it can shift green. If that happens, sometimes putting a more neutral color underneath it can help with the green shift. It also like amps up, makes my bottom lip look like a little bit fuller, a little more pouty. Yeah, of course I'm pouty. Here, let me, natural face, no duck face. That dark color makes the inner part of my mouth look more recessed, right? And then it helps the like lower lip kind of jut out, makes it look fuller. Okay, so this is look number 2. Very simple. So if you've got a metallic and it's shifting weird, try putting a neutral color underneath it to negate that. This also kind of, I think, tones the gold down a little bit. So if you want to wear a metallic, but you don't want it to be so right in your face, putting a neutral underneath it is going to tone it down. Okay, that's look number 2. I'm going to clean off my lips and we'll get ready for 3. Okay, I've cleaned off my lips again, my poor lips. I have been exfoliating them a little bit using the Wet n Wild lip scrub that I talked about in an earlier video. I like this because it's not quite as greeny, so it's good for kind of like daytime use versus the Milani one that I use at night before I put on like a lip mask. I've concealed my lips. I have not lined them. I'm going to move into using liquid lips for the last 2 looks. And I will say that the last 2 looks are more dramatic and I think not going to be everybody's cup of tea, like for everyday wear, but they're things that I do. So I'm going to be using for this first one, it's a liquid lip. It's by a company called The Sem. It's a really nice orange coral color. And I'm also going to be using from ColourPop something from the Orange You Glad palette. I have concealed my lips. I have not lined them. A lot of times when I do this particular look, I don't make a decision about whether or not I'm going to line them until everything else is done. And sometimes I do this and I feel like it needs the line to kind of hold it in place. Other times I do it and I don't feel like it needs the line. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on some of this liquid lip, but just in the very center of my lips, kind of like I did with the Wet n Wild. Now before this dries, I need to thin it out, right? Because this is kind of an ombre effect that I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to pat it with my finger and clean up like anywhere that it goes to transfer. It's a good idea to have like a baby wipe or a makeup wipe nearby when you do this, because you will pick up product on your finger and then you're going to keep moving the product around your lips. So basically this is just a nice thinned out stain in the center of my lips. We are going to be using the glitter from the Orange Glad palette. Now I know there's been a lot of drama from, I think the Honey palette and then the Orange Glad palette by ColourPop, that they both had glitters in them that were not considered eye safe. And a lot of people were very, very upset about this. I wasn't so mad at it. And the reason why is because I just was like, well, we'll put it on the lips, right? It's actually nice to have a glitter color to go on the lips to kind of like unify the look. If you're doing an orange eye and maybe want to have like a little bit of orange sparkle on your lips, or the same for the yellow. So I'm going to wait for the liquid lip to dry down. I will be right back. Give me a sec. Okay, now that the liquid lip has dried down completely, I'm going to take a lipstick brush in my lipstick. And I like doing this with a lipstick brush because I feel like it gives me more control in application, because even though it's like a nice shaped bullet, it still can be difficult to control where this is going. So I'm just going to load up my brush. And if you don't have a lipstick brush, you can use a smudger brush. If you have a larger one of those, you can use your finger, right? Just some, like I would use your pinky so that you have a little more control. I'm going to take Glint and I'm going to take it around the outer parts of my lips, so where the red stain isn't, right? All right, this is the point at which I make a decision about whether or not to line my lips. I have found if I use a pink liquid lip in the center or a darker purple, I don't feel like I need to line my lips. But if I'm doing something more in the orange or coral end of the spectrum, I think it's because my lips are naturally pink. It looks weird, right? So there's sort of this, for me, it's distracting, right? Having, I don't know if you can see it. I feel like I can see it. So I'm just going to pull my gold liner out real quick. Now, if you don't want to reline if you don't want to line your lips, but you are feeling like lip color is poking through, the other thing you can do is take a small brush and take concealer around the mouth again. Okay. Now, if you don't want such a harsh line between where the liquid lip is in the metallic, you can just take your finger, right, and kind of pat it out. So now I am going to take a little bit of the NYX glitter glue. Now I use a very gentle tapping motion. I don't swipe. And the reason for that is that I don't want to really like disturb whatever is happening here. Even though it is a liquid lip, I still don't want to take the chance. Okay, so now I've picked up the top lip is always harder to do, and I've actually found if you make like a fish hook, right, and then do it this way, I know this is it's gonna look crazy, but it's easier to control. Now, you're probably gonna pick up some transfer, so just take a clean, kind of like kabuki style, and then you can always take your lip brush and go back in with a little glint, right, just to clean up. This one is one of my favorites, I have to say. Absolute favorite. Okay, so I did not think this through, because if I had thought this through, I would have done the glitter one last, because I keep finding pieces of glitter on myself from when I cleaned my... I was fine right up to the moment that I had to like scrub everything off, and then as I was scrubbing it off, the glitter just... I got glitter bombed. Okay, the last look also is going to use a liquid lip. And this time I did not conceal my lips. We don't need to. I am using, it's a beautiful color. This is also by Sugarpill. This is called Strange Love. I will cut in some pictures of the swatches of this. This is, I think, probably out of all of the looks, the simplest, like, honestly. And it's also, I think, the most dramatic, which is kind of crazy because you would think the one with the glitter would be the most dramatic, but, and it can be. Like, if you put purple in the center of your lips with, like, purple glitter on top of that, that is some that's a dramatic lip. And I'm not, that's not a critique. I do love a bold lip. But I think this, what I'm going to do now is probably the most dramatic. So I'm going to start off lining my lips. And again, I am using one of the Wet n Wild. I really do like these. I feel like not very expensive, good colors, good staying power, and very smooth going on, which is nice. I always feel like such a dork when I line my lips. I don't know what that's about. All right, liquid lip time. I think this is so pretty just like on its own. Gorgeous. I'm gonna let this dry, I'll be right back. Okay, so the liquid lip is dry. Now I'm just gonna take Glint and I'm gonna do, again, I'm gonna use my lip brush just because I feel like this gives me a little more control. If you don't have a lip brush, you can use your finger. Like I said before, it's not that big of a deal. And I am gonna take Glint. Load up here real quick. I'm going to take it around the outside of the bottom of my lip to start off with. Now, rather than dragging, I find tapping works best, and I think it's because the liquid lip underneath it is so dark that I really need more full coverage. Okay, now you can leave just the bottom part of your lip on the outer edge done so that the gold is kind of almost like a lip liner, a little thicker than a lip liner to accentuate the red. I'm actually going to do something more dramatic. So what you can also do is this. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of the Glint onto my brush, and I'm going to take it just up into my top lip. I feel like it doesn't want to go on. For whatever reason, I think I need to clean my lip brush off here. Okay, so taking it with the flat part of the bullet, much like I did with the weird fish hook thing, right? I think taking a little bit of the gold actually like up onto the top lip gives it just a tiny bit more drama, because you see this section, right? It really, rather than the gold being the highlighted section, the rest of the part where the gold isn't is what the eye latches onto. And so it really pushes whatever color is underneath it, like into the forefront, because it's different. It's a color theory thing, right? It's the one of these things is not like the other. So I think it makes whatever color underneath it look more dramatic. I'm going to hold still so you can see. I'm good, please. So there you go. Like I said, I feel like this one out of all of them is the most kind of like dramatic. It is great for, I mean, it's great for like an evening look if you wanted to do something really fancy for an evening look. But honestly, like I wear this during the day. This is one of my favorite, like since I've gotten Glint, I would say in the last 3 weeks, it's been 3 weeks now. This is kind of like my go-to because it's very fast. Like literally swipe on the liquid lip, let it dry, swipe on the Glint, done, right? And it's dramatic enough that even if I don't want to put on makeup, like on the rest of my face, it pulls focus, right? So people are looking at what's happening on my lips and they're not really looking at the fact that I don't have eyeshadow on or I haven't put foundation on it, right? So even if I don't feel like getting all like made up, this is a very, very quick look that you can do. And it's easy, it's dramatic, and I think it's really pretty. And you can switch this up depending upon your skin tone or even your mood, right, for the undercolor. I like Strangelove because it does have kind of a shimmer, almost a little bit of a gold undertone in it, so it works really well with the Glint. But you could go full on like matte pink, you could do matte purple, right? If you didn't want it so dramatic, you could use a liquid lip color a little closer to your natural lip color and then just have like the hint of the gold on it. There's a lot of options for this particular look, but personally, I favor the bolder ones. Maybe you're going to do this, you should do it, right? And I also do really, really believe strongly that a dramatic lip is fantastic for spoonies because it's, like I said, it's fast and it pulls focus. So people aren't looking at you thinking you look sick. They're looking at you thinking, you look fierce with those lips, right?
Hey guys, so big jump, right? Everything's different, including I look a little rough because it's like end of the day. It was Memorial Day today, and it is my birthday on Thursday. And I got to thinking today, I wanted to do something for my birthday for you guys. And I love Glint so much. And since I had recorded this video for using Glint, and I had recorded it like a while back, so before I decided I wanted to do this, I'm going to give away a tube of Glint in celebration of my birthday. So I went ahead and ordered it today from Sugarpill. I'm going to leave the contest open for 2 weeks just because Sugarpill sent out an email saying that they have a little bit longer than normal processing times. So that way, hopefully by the time like the contest closes in 2 weeks, I will have the lipstick in hand and I can just turn around and pop it in the mail to the winner. US residents only, I'm very sorry. Only because I know there are restrictions on sending cosmetics overseas, and I'm not really certain about that. So I apologize. I will do some research and maybe do another giveaway and have it open to everybody. But there are 3 ways that you can enter. Number 1, be subscribed to my channel and leave a comment on this particular video. Number 2, there's going to be a post that's going up on Twitter. And number 3, there'll be a post going up on Instagram. You can retweet or regram those posts and also follow me over on those platforms. My social media information is down below in the description box. You can do one of those things, you can do 2 of those things, you can do 3 of those things. It's completely up to you, but each thing that you do will give you another entry. So you can enter up to 3 times for the random drawing. And then I'll post who the winner is. So good luck, you guys. And yeah, happy birthday to me. So happy birthday from me to all of you. This is my way of saying thank you and ringing in the next year of my life with sharing a little joy, I guess. So bye, everybody.
I hope you guys found this helpful, and I hope you are happy, healthy, and well rested, and are remembering that self-care is the most important form of care. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.